Thought I'd show you the nice misty, moisty morning sunrise near to the solstice in 2021, Lincolnshire, UK. There we go, the sun's just coming up over there. Anyway, let's continue on. Hello and welcome back on this horrible cold day in December 2021. I've not long got back from the hospital. Just a quick update on the old leg. Had an x-ray. The doctor obviously looked at the x-rays. The right leg, all good, healing well. Might be a bit of ligament damage there, but I have been wearing a leg brace, and he took that off me and chucked it in the bin. Which, yeah, so I don't need that anymore. I've just got a really cold leg now. And what else? Oh yeah, the left pelvis, that's the bit that's giving me jip. It's still clicking and wobbly and horrible. It's hurting at the moment because I've been upon it all day. Some days good, some days bad, but you just have to crack on. Like I say, a lot of the time I do too much, which doesn't help it, but there we go. Anyway, it's mailbog time. Through the kindness of some of the lads off the forum, I've got some bits to show you. So I'll stop talking in colloquial English, because I know some of you out there, your first language isn't English. So shout up if you can't understand what the hell I'm going on about some of the time. Anyway, first up, big clips. These are for these big old resistors that somebody gave me a year or two back. This one's for 2K. I mostly use them for testing transformers, you know, use them as loads. Anyway, they click into there like that. So I mean, we could use it as a big old fuse, couldn't we? But no. And this one is a 2K 5%. I presume this is about 100 watts. So I've got 6 of those, and they came off Malcolm. Thank you, Malcolm. And then I had a visit yesterday off another chap off the forum. Let me just put these clips away so they don't get lost. Yesterday I had another visit off a friend off the forum, Robin. He lives in Spalding, which is just up the road from us, and he gave me a few bits and pieces. Gave me this old chassis, which is a linear diatonic amplifier chassis. Got a few volt bases on there, some pots, and what is nice is a nice little toggle switch there. Only single pole, single throw, but still useful. Capacitor clip, 1% resistor there, tag board. So yeah, we can make use of those. Put that over there. He also gave me a cracking little stand. What do you call it? Soldering iron stand. So that one over there is a bit, you've seen better days. I think it's all together with big screws. So yeah, he gave me that. And look at this. What a perler. This is a brand new Welling. Is it Welling? Do you know what? Weller. Sorry. It's them resistors. It's a brand new Weller 45 watt soldering iron. Temperature controlled. They have these bits in them. And they have different sort of metal magnetic properties in those metals, and that dictates what sort of temperature the bit gets. So not truly temperature controlled, but sort of temperature controlled. Yeah, 50 watt jobby, look at that. Isn't that a beauty? Brand new, with a silicon lead and a funky, what do you call it? What's that called? Jack. That's one of the old GPO jacks, I think. Like a 1/4 inch 6.3 jack, but with a little nipple on the end, a smaller nipple. Well useful to have. So yeah, that goes with the iron, with the soldering iron. I probably had got a transformer for it, but look at that, he gave me that as well. And that Bobby Dazzler C-core transformer to power it with, because that's 50 volts, and the other one over there is 24. So I shan't be taking that apart to make an output transformer out of it, Robin, so don't panic. Let me just put that over there. To go with the iron, got some bits. How many bits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bits, which is brilliant because I go through those weller tips really quickly. They don't seem to last long with me. And in this bag we have some nice tag strips, tag boards, really useful because I'm after a few to finish the 6v6 amplifier off. There you go, lovely. Little belling, I think it's a belling type, power socket. These are really useful, and I could give Robin a big sloppy wet kiss for these. Little ceramic standoffs, absolute, they're just great, you know, for running your Earth 2 or something like that. I have got a few, but I'm fast running out. I use quite a lot of them. And then to complete the this really nice gift is a packet of various terminations, you know, for earth ground terminations. Yeah, and that's it from Robin. So bless you, mate, thank you very much, big thumbs up. So let me put those away. Lastly, we've got a little output transformer or matching transformer, or what's the other word, what's it, transformer. Anyway, it is a BBC LL228-PE 2:1 ratio. Source termination is this is the impedance, 55 ohms, so that's going into it. Load termination impedance is high. Primary inductance is 5 henries. Secondary inductance is 0.12 henries. Winding resistance of the primary is 7 ohms. The secondary winding resistance, the secondary winding resistance is 3.5 ohms, and it is a mono stereo feed. I think, if I'm right, this guy, another chap on the forum, supplied the details for that. It's for 600 ohm line applications. So whether we can use it in an amplifier or not, I don't know. So, but let's have a look. So, I mean, I don't know. Ow, 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 my arm. I don't know. Let's have the thingy end shot. Let me see that. I don't know which which winding is which, but it looks like, if you can see, looks like we've got basically two separate sort of windings on a separated bobbin. That's one side and that's the other. So whether we could actually use each sort of winding, I don't know. Let's have a look at the winding resistance to find out which is the secondary and the primary. Right, well, that's reading. Right, that's probably the 3.5 ohm. Being a BBC transformer, it'll be good quality, really good quality. Yeah, that'll be about the same. What did we say the primary was? 7. So that was probably the primary then, and this is probably secondary. I shan't measure the inductance. Right, let's get it on the, let's put a signal in it, a 1 kilohertz signal. So we've just got a signal going in this end and a scope probe on the other. No termination of any sort. zoom you in. So this is a 1 kilohertz, and I was putting in 1 volt. Let's just check that with the meter. Right, that's reading less than a volt, so let's say that's 800 millivolts. So obviously the transformer is loading down my signal generator on the the HP audio analyzer anyway, and we're getting 1.12 out. Right, let's call that 1.13, 800 in. That's slightly less than our 2.1 ratio, isn't it? Right, let's try knocking it down. Frequency 20 hertz. Oh, and that's a little bit distorted, if you can see. So now our input voltage has gone down to 400 millivolts, and our output is down to 583 millivolts. This is all RMS. Let's go the other way. So obviously I don't know, this is obviously not in a feedback loop, but I wouldn't expect it to be. I don't really know. Or it's got no load termination going, well, yeah, that's going in, but yeah, it's loaded by the scope, isn't it? 1 megahertz, 1 mega ohm, and I think 15 picofarads. So right, let's knock it up. Frequency 20 kilohertz. Well, that's gone up, look. Alright, probably have to change the triggering. It's been better on the other one, really. Yeah, my scope isn't liking this at all. I really need to get this apart so we can sort out the triggering better. Right, there we go, that's about as good as we're going to get it anyway. So that at 20 kilohertz, that's gone up to 900 millivolts in, 1.29 out, volts out. For laughs, let's bung it up to 30. Frequency 30 kilohertz. 1.29 out, 900. Frequency, let's put 50 kilohertz. 1.218, 900 in. So yeah, it's really good at the high frequencies, a lot better than the low. Let's just try 100 ohms, 100 hertz, sorry. See what it's like there. 0.8 volts out, 0.6 volts in. So it really just starts to really drop off at, let's see, yeah, it's starting to drop off, isn't it, at 100 hertz. It's still not bad at 50, but when we get down to 20 then it's not too good. So what does all this prove? Well, it proves, so what does all this prove? Well, it proves it's a good transformer. A lot of not very well made transformers are not very good at the high frequency stuff. It's of a really good size. What could we use it for? Well, I don't know. I'd have to do a bit more experimentation, really. I would presume, if this is a mono stereo feed, that you put one signal in and get two signals out. So I would deduce that I'm not connecting this properly. I would think I would think that what we would have to do to get it to function as it was intended to be used we'd have to wire the primary in parallel or series with the secondary, obviously, to get two signals out. Whether we could use it as an intermediate transformer, say like a voltage amplifier going in with a split signal coming out into a output, valve output stage, I don't know. I mean, we can always try it, but we'll see. Or whether it could be used as a headphone amplifier, I do not know. Anyway, I think that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and ta-da for now.